Picture a factory in rural Egypt and this is probably what you'd expect to find. It's locally owned and staffed by local workers, packing vegetables grown in the nearby fields. But just a few hundred metres away, another factory is being built for something far more high-tech. If all goes to plan, Samsung will soon be making televisions here in the South Korean giant's first foray into Middle East manufacturing. For decades, investors have neglected this part of Egypt. But this man wants to change that. He's Beni Suef's governor, and he's trying to put his district on the map as a place companies can come and do business with minimum fuss.
I put myself in the investors' shoes. We give them answers to all the questions that would make them either invest here or go somewhere else. I can finish all the paperwork needed and the agreement is done here in my office. And if the investor needs any paperwork done in Cairo or approvals, I make the necessary calls. This way the investor can just focus on how to get his project started. The Arab countries are looking for a dreamer or a leader. But here, we are focusing on getting things done.
Beni Suef's been upgrading its highways and building bridges to impress exporters with improved access to ports like Alexandria and the Suez Canal. So is this enough to persuade investors to overlook Egypt's difficulties of the past couple of years?
If you're debating whether Egypt would be a good place to invest in or not, I think short term it might be difficult to make that a very convincing story. But the fact is that political noise tends to dampen over time. Egypt still remains a growing economy. It has access to many trade agreements with the rest of the Arab world, with Europe, with Africa. Its proximity to Europe is immensely helpful, given those trade agreements, because quite a number of European companies are looking to find different countries to relocate to for manufacturing.
Now about 500 people are currently working here building the factory, but the plan is that once it's opened, several thousand will have jobs. Now this is a region with very high unemployment, and so in good news for the local labour force, one condition of this building going ahead is that 80% of the staff must be from the local area. And despite this region being new to industry, the company is confident in meeting that target.
One of the reasons why we decided to invest in Egypt is because the population stands at over 90 million. The key members of our team will be recruited from Cairo, but we'll hire engineers from local universities and local secondary school leavers to work on the factory line. In a very short space of time, we'll be able to train our staff without any problems.
For people living in the towns and villages nearby, that sounds pretty hopeful. But are the would-be workers convinced?
I graduated in 2001, but since then I still haven't found a job. The youth like me have had a lot of promises. They said there would be changes in the first 100 days of the government, but up until now, nothing happened, and it is useless.
The governorate is providing job opportunities, but not to Beni Suef residents. They give the jobs to people from Cairo, and there's a lot of favoritism.
There is a ceramics factory, a biscuit factory, and more factories are going to open. The situation will be better with God willing, but people have to be patient. They have to wait and be patient and give the people a chance.
So some scepticism from an unsurprisingly disillusioned population. But at least they're living in a part of Egypt that seems to have some kind of vision for how to build their economy.